The pandemic and the regulations around it, the lockdowns, the quarantines, the masks, the political and social tensions that have risen have caused a lot of mental health issues. Today we're going to focus on obsessive thinking. This is something I've suffered from a lot. You know, when like something gets on your mind, like you maybe just some minor thing, you're embarrassed about something you've said, something in the past, some fear for the future, and you just get locked in an obsessive thought loop. You know, and you've heard me say before, that Sebastian Junger in his book Tribe says, if we were trying to create a civilization to enhance mental illness, we couldn't do a lot better than the one we've created now. So if you are suffering from obsessive thinking, it's hardly surprising. And in this video, what we're going to do together is talk about obsessive thinking. I'll be clear, personal and open about my own obsessive thoughts, and then we'll do a meditation together to help us break the cycle of obsessive thinking, so you can experience just a couple of moments of tranquility and peace. So we're going to start with a conversation. I'll do most of the talking. We're going to move into a meditation. If you're interested, you know I do a meditation podcast every week on Luminary. You can get it from Apple. The link is in the description. But let's do our little bit of work now on obsessive thinking. Then you can decide whether you want to do a guided weekly meditation. Might not be your thing. There's loads and loads of content like this on my side channel, Awakening, on YouTube. Loads of free content that you can use, obviously, whenever you want to. 73% of adults between the ages of 25 and 35 overthink. Is that you? Are you in that age group? I'm obviously older than that, tragically, and I still overthink a lot. I'm a father now. My life's changed a lot. I have a lot of systems in place to stop me going crazy, to stop me using drugs, to stop me acting out, to stop me making decisions that are destructive, and importantly, significantly, to make the environment of my own mind a comfortable place to be. A lot of us, I think, it ain't easy to be alone. It's not easy to be in your own head. There's every possibility that you're even watching this video right now because you don't like being trapped in your own thoughts. Well, there's a way out of it. There's no point in just using the phone, as I often do, to stare at football videos or look at like comedians or news or whatever, because I can't stand being in my own mind. Let's actually try to do something productive and creative and therapeutic for ourselves. The things that bring about obsessive self-centered thoughts for me are fear and anger. If someone diminishes me, like say someone makes me feel a bit inferior. I was at a festival the other day and someone said something to me that was a little bit rude. Wilderness Festival. I was there with my missus at the Joy Journal. Look at her on Instagram. And like someone said something a bit rude to me. It's only minor, and it might even have been just a joke, but my ego was inflamed, and I've thought about it quite a lot since then, you know, and like, I should, you know what I mean? Like stuff that's not in keeping with who I am and how I want to behave, you know? Even yesterday as well, I recognize, you know, that there's a lot of fragility around my ego still. I've got a lot I need to let go of. Because when someone breaches what I consider to be my little code of how I like to be treated, like it can trigger a lot of obsessive thinking. And I suppose that means I care too much about what other people think of me, and I have fears about what's going to happen to me and that I'm not going to be safe. What type of things do you overthink about? Well, for me, as I've just said, it's fear and anger. There's usually an emotional quality. Try to identify what is the emotional quality of your obsessive thought. What do you do to cope with those thoughts? Sometimes I don't cope with those thoughts at all well. I just live with them. I get trapped in them. But there are ways out, and we're going to explore some of those techniques today. Look at what Rumi's got to say on this subject. Glorious Rumi. Put your thoughts to sleep. Do not let them cast a shadow over the moon of your heart. Let go of thinking. And Eckhart Tolle, of course, famously says, don't think at all, because you'll start by thinking, where should we go to dinner? And you'll end up by thinking, my life's worthless. I'm going to kill myself. Now, to those of us that are from cultures like me and probably you, we accept that it's normal to live continually in the thinking mind. There are alternatives. You can change the environment of your consciousness itself. It can be altered. Let's try that in a moment, but make sure I've given you enough information first. This is a lovely little Eckhart quote. The primary cause of unhappiness is never the situation, but the thought about it. Be aware of the thoughts you are thinking. Separate them from the situation, which is always neutral. It is as it is. What an incredible thing. Yesterday, a friend of mine told me of a very tragic loss that involved the loss of a very young life. And obviously the situation was very painful and tragic, but I could see that my friend, who is a spiritual person, had already dealt with it in a spiritual way, that it was painful and that it was sad, but he was letting go of it. It was very inspiring, and it created a rare frequency Bad things happen. We know that. You know that by now. We can influence our mental internal environments through these techniques. This stuff ain't just made up crap. All this meditation, breathing technique stuff. Your mental environment is subject to your agency and your personal authority, particularly if you derive that authority from somewhere deeper than the limitations of the network of thoughts, habits, behaviors, and hormonal reflexes that you typically live within. You can alter yourself, you can alter your perspective, and therefore reality. All right, so I've told you already that on Luminary I do a meditation every week above the noise. It's fantastic. I'll show you towards the end of that a little bit of how those guided meditations go. But we'll do a meditation together now to help us with obsessive thinking. Sit in a position where you're comfortable. So if you're watching this now on a train, or I don't know what kind of life you live, if you're watching it, you need to be not disturbed, okay, for a minute. So if you're on a long journey or something like that, you know, then that's probably cool. But if not, take yourself somewhere where you're going to be comfortable. Put your feet on the floor. Sit cross-legged if you want. Support your back. Have your head, neck and chest roughly in line with each other. Don't put yourself in some sort of crazy, uncomfortable position. Don't go mad trying to sit comfortably. You know what I mean? It's not school. It's not prison, unless you are in prison or at school, in which case it is school and prison. But nonetheless, you needn't diminish yourself as a result of those conditions. Sit straight. Close your eyes now. Put your hands in your lap. You can put your left hand on top of your right hand. Let it rest now. Feel the awareness in your hands. Feel it. Feel the awareness in all your body. Be aware of your body and note anywhere that you feel tension. Do you feel tension in your jaw, behind your eyes? Do you feel tension in your shoulders, in your chest, in your stomach? For a moment, scan the body and notice where tension is held. Pay attention to any internal or external disturbance. An internal disturbance might be that your tummy feels anxious, or your chest feels tight, or your jaw is tight. An external disturbance might be a noise, like I can hear the cat in this room. My pregnant cat is in this room and she's moving around and stuff. Recognize that all these things, bodily disturbances, such as tension, or anxiety, because, you know, anxiety, of course, is just a word that describes a commonly understood state, but where do you feel the anxiety? In your heart, in your tummy? It's there within your awareness. And the cat, and the noises the cat makes, is there in your awareness. Or any disturbing noises of other people, or traffic, or planes, it's in your mental environment. Is she literally going into labour? Do you need to go out, mate? Or are you having a baby right now? She's pretty heavily pregnant. Yeah, water's just broke, man. That's mental. That's so mental. All right. So this cat's going to have a baby. But we're not going to fall into obsessive thinking. Cats are good at giving birth on their own, but I'll keep an eye on her, so you don't need to worry about that. Relax yourself. And as well as the noises in your environment, and the tensions in your body, start to notice your thoughts. Think of one of the obsessive thoughts that's bothered you, like I'm not good enough, or this person doesn't love me, or if I don't have this, I'm not good enough, or I shouldn't have done this, or why didn't I do that? And just for this moment, I want you to expand that thought out. Let it go wild. Take it as far as it can go. Absolutely give that cycle of thought free rein. For example, in my case, I go, yeah, oh no, I should have smacked that guy in the face. I shouldn't let people talk to me like that. I'll let it go as extreme as it wants. I won't try and stifle it or control it. Give it absolute free rein. But even as you do so, you can't help but notice that those thoughts take place in a mental environment. They take place within your awareness. Where are your thoughts happening within your awareness? Where are your feelings happening within your awareness? Even any sounds that are disturbing you, where are you experiencing them within your awareness? And from Descartes onwards, it's been posited that the only thing we know for sure is real is our awareness. Let me just check that baby again. Is she all right? And consider the beauty of this moment, that even as we're considering our own obsessive thoughts, life is continuing in such a incredibly literal and profound way. And even as I talk about the loss of my friend's family member, sad things, bad things, painful things happening, Eckhart reminds us of their neutrality and our ability to influence them through our mental state. Whatever it is that you obsessively think about, you are bigger than that thing, and you are able to transcend it and move beyond it. Bring your attention to your breath now, mate. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in and count gently to 4, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. Breathe gently to 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look down on your thoughts. Look at them. If the thought is, I'm not good enough, see it decreasing in size and see your awareness expanding in all directions. Keep breathing to the rhythm of 4 in, 5 out. And feel the awareness in your body, the awareness in your hands, which is entirely free from thought. Your hands are aware, but they are not thinking. Know that however much obsessive thinking dominates your life, that through meditation you can transcend it. Bring your attention now to your feet, to your hands, allowing your breath to continue, knowing that you can be free from obsessive thoughts, knowing that you're bigger than them, that your awareness is bigger than them. When you're ready, gently open your eyes. Now, I would have done that meditation for a bit longer, but plainly my little cat needs me. You all right, darling? Oh, what's happening? Here she is. I think we're okay for a minute. Just I did notice some discharge. Anyway, I think she's okay. Life goes on. Life ends, but life goes on. Have a little look at this small piece from Above the Noise, my podcast on Luminary, where I do a guided meditation every week. My kids and I listen to your Above the Noise meditations at night before we go to sleep. They are 13 and 15-year-old boys, and I'm just thrilled that they're open to trying meditation. And it's because you are the one guiding it. At this age, who am I kidding? At any age, it's difficult to really love and accept yourself. For my teenage boys and for my perimenopausal self, we would really benefit from a meditation about acceptance and love for changing bodies and the mental and emotional upheaval that accompanies any changes like this. I think both these changes can make a person feel a bit like you're in an alien body that's going about its business of transformation into who knows what without your consent. So could you do a meditation about trusting our bodies, trusting the process, gratitude for our bodies, even when they create uncomfortable emotions, and loving this vessel we've been gifted to carry our awareness in on our journey? I'll tell you what, that's such a smart and intelligent question. You've almost done the entire meditation just through the inquiry there, Sasha. Thank you for sending it. Let's do exactly that meditation now. So all of you, Sasha and the lads and everybody, let's sit here together now and do a little meditation. If you want, go over to Luminary, subscribe to my podcast. But if not, I'll try and provide free content as well. And if any of you need a kitten, do let me know. Kittens are available. Thank you.